Alright, now let's wrap up this assignment. So we have this view. You should have something similar to it that just really shows kind of the stair. And what I want you to do is to create another assignment sheet. Of course, kind of do all the things for the assignment 4 that you would want to do. And we'll start to bring in views. To populate that. Keeps these things loose at the moment. One thing we might want to do is to show a bit more information about the stair. So if you want to create different callouts, as it were, we're going to literally use the callout to create a series of kind of detail shots. Now, I wouldn't expect these things to show up in your plan, so there's going to be certain things we're going to turn on and off as we develop a final set of documents for the turn-in. But this is how you would begin to create other views of specific portions of your building. So this is a call out of this section in plan, and you should see then a call out being created in this in the floor plan. So you're going to drag that onto the sheet. And you can see that now is only showing that portion of your design. So we've got that, perhaps. Alright, now let's grab a section. Alright, so we haven't built a section yet, so let's do that. Go to level 2, or any of the levels really, and let's create a section. Alright, so once you do, let's open that section. If you missed that, all I did was go up to View and grab that section tool there. Alright, so now in section we can kind of start to see how the building's being laid out. And we'll do a similar thing. This will be a call out. And let's go then dump that call out into our assignment. No, not assignment 4, or 3. We want this one. Alright, let me try that again. Okay, so obviously, we have things a little out of whack on that sheet, so, scale them appropriately. I'm going to double click inside the section and see we'll call it 1/8 instead of 1/4. We'll do the same thing in this one, the plan. Call that out as 1/8. Alright, now we can start to assemble kind of a cleaner drawing. We'll crop this, maybe make this, I'm going to go ahead and lock the proportions and call this like a 7. let's rotate. Actually, we'll just leave that the way it is. And we see, you know, I got to do some cropping and whatnot. So I'm going to assume that you guys can kind of put this all together and not have it kind of look like, you know, complete ridiculousness. That you, the designer and you will come through. So of course you need to do that. You know, make a layout with these drawings and maybe one more. Let's say that we do the kind of elevation looking at the stairs. So we have this section and we flip it to look at it in that direction, and we move that, go to that drawing, and we do a call out. Oh, that's interesting. See how it kind of stops? Let's go back to that section view. And you can see this line right here, this dashed line. That is the extent of the section. So I'm going to want to pull that over. And the other thing you might notice is that the sections, the lines go all the way through the building. That really is stupid. So to change that, you just hit this little break, this little kind of swiggle, and then the lines get broken. So again, another thing that I would expect you to want to fix. So the last thing you want is section lines going all the way through your building, so everyone asks you, what is that line doing? Alright, so cool. Go to section 2. Now it goes to the entire building, and now I can call out, see that portion of it, and I'll use that call out, put it on my unnamed, throw that down, double click inside of it, turn it from 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch, and then thus align the drawings if you make sure that you're not still inside of the drawing, get all the way out, and then you can click on these and you can move them. And you saw, as I move this, there is a blue dashed line right there. That means that now those drawings, it knows that those should be associated and that they're the same kind of item, and that shows that they're in alignment. So now I'd have to go through, I don't know, about 20 minutes of, you know, recropping and moving titles in the right place and whatnot. One thing to note, I really don't care to have the level 2, the elevation marks on here, and so that isn't really important to me. Even the section marks at the moment, just take those off, just hide them, hide the category. I think then we'll all be kind of better off. We'll be able to look at these more like architectural drawings than anything else. Okay, so again, my expectations are you to clean this stuff up, you know, make sure that this kind of looks professional. Alright, so now you can see a layout that's cleaned up. You might note that the titles have become more specific, and that's a good thing. You might also note that I had to adjust the title bar so that it could, you know, these drawings could fit in here nicely. So it's a bit of a design adjustment here and there. Let's see, other things that I've done to move these around and kind of get the alignments. You can see how they have those blue dashed lines. May or may not have covered that earlier. And the same thing will happen with these titles. You'll see the blue dashed line when they find something to align to. So always good to have some alignments.